Welcome to another episode of Chinese Cooking with Steve Yi. Today we're shooting on location at my brother's house. We've invited my mom to come show us how to make her dumplings. This is a request that comes in from my cousin Goldie, and this is for you and everyone else. All right, I'd like to introduce you to my mom. Mom, come on in. This is the expert. This is the expert, and today she's going to show us how to make her steamed dumplings. Usually when you go for dim sum, it's called hagao, which is shrimp dumpling. But today we're going to make dumplings using pork and a number of other vegetables, as well as Chinese sausage. And so we'll go through the ingredients. So what we have here is a strange looking one. It's called kohlrabi. It's a vegetable, and you can find this in a supermarket. Usually it has a lot of leaves on it. You basically have to peel the skin, and then inside it's sweet. And it's also a bit crunchy, so that gives the dumpling a little bit of texture. We also have here, Mom, you can peel that. We also have a water chestnut. So these are you could buy these at an Asian grocery or sometimes at other grocery stores as well. You can find these, and then we have a Chinese sausage, which most of you are familiar with. And this is a preserved root vegetable. And you can find this usually dry in a bag, salted turnip root, sometimes it's called.
Chung toi.
Okay, chung toi. And so then we take this and we soak that in water until it's pliable, and then we're just going to dice that up. We also have some Chinese mushrooms. These are shiitake mushrooms. You could use fresh or you could use a dried one, but again you need to first put that in water until it reconstitutes, until it's nice and soft. We have green onions or spring onions. We have some cilantro. As you can see, there's lots of components to this. We also have some minced pork. So the minced pork is here. And so the first step is to really kind of chop up all these ingredients, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cook that on a wok, stir fry that until it's cooked, and then we'll let it cool. So this will be the filling of our dumpling. This sounds like a lot of steps. You could easily replace all this stuff with shrimps or pork or any other vegetable that you like as a filling. Once the filling is ready, what we will do is we will make the actual rice wrapper, the wrapper for the dumpling, and that in itself is a process which we'll go through. Okay, so now all the ingredients have been prepped. We are going to stir fry in our wok, and so we'd like to go over the ingredients once more. So we have, this is the amount of pork and Chinese sausage with the preserved root vegetable, so you can get an idea of how much there is. We don't go into exact quantities. Close enough is good enough. And most of this is down here is kohlrabi, and we have some mushrooms, and we have some water chestnuts. And then we have our green onion and cilantro or coriander mixture, and so that's all ready. And oyster sauce, which most people are familiar with. We have some cornstarch, which we're going to make into a slurry. This is what is going to thicken the ingredients. So we can just put in, let's say, 3 tablespoons, or big heaping tablespoons, and we're just going to mix that up and get that ready. And then we also have a little bit of sesame oil, which we're going to use to flavor the pork. And we have some vegetable cooking oil that we're going to use to stir fry the meat with. All right, so our cornstarch slurry is ready. We have some vegetable cooking oil, which we will put into our wok. All this is being done under the watchful eye of Master Chef Mom. Wait for the oil to heat up. And once we have our wok, the oil is nice and hot. You can see it's starting to give off a bit of smoke. We turn on our fan, make sure we can exhaust our fumes, and we stick in our pork mixture ever so gently. I'll put in a little bit of sesame oil, just a little bit. All right. A little bit goes a long ways. The sesame oil is very strong. We had also added a teaspoon of salt. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to brown the pork. All right, next up is to add our vegetable ingredients, which is our water chestnuts, our mushrooms, and our kohlrabi. At this point, we're going to add about a tablespoon of salt. Rough measure, tablespoon. Very good. Okay, next step is while this is cooking is we add about a half cup of water. And we're going to let that come to a boil. And we cover that up and we're going to boil this for about 5 minutes. And it looks like it's pretty well cooked right now. We're going to add a little bit of oyster sauce. Too much, says the master chef. But I like mine a little bit more savory. And we'll put in our green onion and our cilantro. This is why my mom is here. Keep me honest. All right. So we'll just mix that up. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in our cornstarch slurry. Yeah, just going to put a little bit in here. So again, it's just put a little bit. And then let it heat up, let it come to a boil, and then see if it's enough. If it's not, then you just add a little bit more. Is that good? Yeah. Yeah? All right. Our filling is ready. Our filling is still very hot. So what we're going to do is we are going to let it cool down. And then once it's cool, then it thickens up a little bit more. And it'll be easier to put as a filling. And then we'll work on our rice wrapper, which will be next. Okay, so while our filling is cooling, next step is to work on our rice wrapper, and this involves a couple of key ingredients. The first is a wheat starch. It comes in a yellow box like this. You'll find this in the Asian stores. We need a whole box of this. The next ingredient you're going to use is tapioca starch. So this comes in a bag, and again, it's available in your Asian grocery store. So we use, I guess, a whole bag of the wheat starch, 1/3 of a bag to start. And we have 4 cups of boiling hot water. It has to be boiling hot.
And one teaspoon salt.
Are you ready? Okay. All at once? You tie.
Okay.
Slowly pouring that in. Easier to do with 2 people. While you stir. Stir, stir, stir. My mom's using the 3 chopstick method because she's used 2 before and they broke. Keep stirring until it's a nice consistent mixture. Is it ready?
Cover a little bit.
Cover? For how long?
Maybe 5 minutes because it's too hot, you know.
Oh, too hot. Okay. Well, make sure you save a little bit of this tapioca starch because later on it might get a little sticky. The next gadget we're going to use is a tortilla press. So we're going to use this to actually, once we roll out the dough, we're going to put a little ball in here and we're going to squeeze it out and we're going to make a disc out of it. Another way to do it is to oil up a big chef's knife or a cleaver, and you can put a little ball of dough and you can use the cleaver to actually press on it, and it creates a round disc that way as well. So there's a number of ways you could do it if you don't have a tortilla press. Keep kneading, incorporating more flour until all the flour is gone, or until the consistency is right. The next step, now that the dough is ready, we're going to start to actually make the dumplings. And what we do is we take a little ball here and we're going to put it into our tortilla press. But first, my mom is going to show you how to do it by hand. So you could do this by hand if you don't have a tortilla press. As you can see, it's quite labor intensive.
Like this.
Okay. Full tuck, full tuck, full tuck. 5 times. Ah, we have the little pocket. The little pocket. Or the hole. Put in some filling.
That's it.
And there you have it, a little dumpling. Okay, so now we're going to show you how to do it using the tortilla press. Roll it into a ball, stick it in the center, squeeze, and there you have it. In order to cook the dumplings, you place them on a plate, stick them in a wok with a little bit of boiling water on the bottom with a steamer stand, and you steam them for 15 minutes. Once they're done, you take them out and enjoy. Thank you for joining us today. I want to thank my mom for joining us and for showing us how to make these wonderful dumplings. If you like this video and you want to see more, please go ahead and go to our channel and check out the other videos that we have online.